who knows what it actually was, but something that gave me confidence to write about what I did. What I ended up writing about was like a lot of just like, trying to make a metaphor and understanding out of a lot of the blue collar jobs that I'd done, in like my past, truck driving, framing, whatever it was. Just I had so much that, I had so much reverence from the stories and the experiences I'd be put in when I was, long haul trucking or building a Wendy's somewhere, in Tuolumne County or whatever. When I was doing construction, that I kind of wanted to make meaning out of that and sort of making metaphor out of that. And I think something that kind of gave me license to do that was actually Phil Levine. I wasn't at Fresno State when Phil was teaching, but he was around and he came to a few classes. And I remember him sort of talking about what the work of writing was. And when I read this poem and heard him talk about that, it gave me confidence that that process, whether it is something like that we can search into, that we can like have a line of inquiry. And so I attempted just to make a metaphor out of that between just my experience growing up and sort of, I think, playing around with actually writing of it and seeing what Phil did with it and how he talked about the process of writing really caught my interest. First job was really the normal school, and that led me to Counterpoint Soft School, where I picked up a lot more skills like on the digital side of things, and that led me to even the Parish Review, where I was working on the website, not at the magazine. Here we had this old dusty literary quarterly, and we had this blog and a website that was just kind of stuffed over into the corner, and they were just like, you guys do whatever you want. But sort of in that work, working on websites and just keeping that updated, that slowly just became more and more important, and a vehicle to get work out there. So that's kind of how I discovered it. It was really tooling around with the normal school. That made me realize how much I appreciate it and how many things there are to do. It's funny when you think of like a magazine or something, you think of like an editor like sipping scotch in a chair somewhere, but it's not that at all. There's teams of marketers and designers, building and promoting, and just there's people who are just shuffling paperwork, but it's all there's salesmen, right, going to the independent bookstores saying like, here's a great book about horses, and trying to get the independent bookstore owners to do that. When you start tooling around and asking questions and see how we can make this thing better or how can we try something different, that whole world just sort of opens.